Hey folks, it's King from Stay Tuned Sports, and I gotta tell you, I love energy drinks. They help give me that boost that I need to finish all my work, get through game film recaps from all of Sunday's games, and they provide that pick-me-up during a very long week. What I don't love is that crash and the jitters, the gross feeling you get with most other energy drinks. And that's why I tried Dubby, and I gotta tell you, Dubby is a game changer with flavors like Dragonade, Beach and Peach, Galaxy Grenade, and my personal favorite, the Dub Sludge. You can find your favorite or just get them all. There's no jitters, there's no crash because there's no sugar in Dubby. Plus, Dubby contains Neurofactor, an all-natural ingredient derived from coffee cherries, which has been linked to enhance brain function. You go on over to dubby.gg right now. That's dubby.gg to grab the best energy drink you've ever had. And if you enter the code STSports18 in all caps, you'll get 10% off your order. That's STSports18 to get 10% off of Dubby. Be better.
And hello there, all you stay tuners. Hey, listen, it might be the Eagles. I hate the Eagles. Don't get me wrong here. First quarter, keep it even. Second quarter, start running the fucking ball. Third quarter, take a power nap. Fourth quarter, oh shit, there's the rest of the game. Let's go.
Fuck it, I'm a diabetic. I will root for the team that will literally give me diabetes and death. Rooting for a team from Hershey is like a Catholic rooting for Satan. It doesn't make any sense.
This is Stay Tuned Sports, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
And hello there, all you Stay Tuners. Welcome back to another episode of Stay Tuned Sports. It's your good friend Jimbo here, by myself for today. King is a little under the weather probably after watching that Devils game last night. Devils losing their first game of their playoff series 5-1. I watched a little bit of it. I watched till it was about 3-0 Rangers. Those first two goals, I think the third one was even a power play goal. The Devils just couldn't get out of their way. It just seemed like it snowballed. But when they were focused, it seemed like that they got some good shots, some good pressure, but just couldn't get anything to go for them. But yeah, so the Rangers are up 1-0 on the series. I know me and King talked about doing a episode going into the playoffs, you know, maybe give our picks and stuff like that. Might not do it for this round. Maybe we'll do it for next round. But I mean, we'll still be talking about the playoff games and things like that. Won't be a long show today, but I did want to talk a little bit about the big news coming out of Philadelphia. We all knew it was eventually going to happen. Jalen Hurts gets extended, signs a 5-year deal, $255 million, I think it was. And the thing is, though, like everybody freaks out over that, the final number there, and you really can't look at that. You gotta look at the guaranteed money. Just ask Lamar Jackson. And how the salaries break down per year. A couple of weeks ago, it came out that Hurts was willing to do a very team-friendly deal, much like the Patrick Mahomes deal that happened a couple years ago. And you can't get much more friendlier than this one. As the day went on, when he signed the extension, it came out what the cap hits would be for each year for the next 6 years, because he's still on his last contract, so he's got extended 5 more years. But this year his cap hit is $6 million. Next year it's like 12, and by the time year 6 comes, it's $31 million, which by that point is going to be a bargain, you know. But this just shows like the type of a person and a player he is, that he was willing. He most likely could have got more money. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he was probably the front runner for the MVP last year until he got hurt at the end of the season there, much like Carson Wentz was when he was running for the MVP in 2017. But this just helps the team with cap space. Philly still has like $18 million in cap space. And right before I came on here to record, I saw, I don't know if it was like Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter. The next 3 years, Howie Roseman has, for this year, he already has 22 starters signed with $18 million in cap space still. Next year, I believe there was 17 of the 22 starters are under contract, and Philly will have about $50 million under the cap. And in the following year, I think it was like 12 starters are under contract and have $85 million in cap space as of now. Obviously, these next 2 seasons, that number is going to go down drastically, especially with, I believe Devontae Smith is eligible for a contract extension after this season. So they would have to pick up his 5th year deal if they, or 5th year of the contract, of the rookie deal, if they want to negotiate with him. So obviously he's gonna get paid too. I mean, he hasn't shown any signs of being a bust. Keeping that team together like that, and I'm just thinking now too. I mean, 18 million, a month or so ago, I didn't think this might be possible, but does Philly make a trade on draft day to get Derrick Henry? And this deal that Hurts signed helps them there, even though there's a couple other players that are on the trading block. Buda Baker from Arizona, Devin White from Tampa Bay, linebacker, already came out and said they want to come play for Philly. So yeah, this contract definitely helps out the team with whatever they want to do. It's not like they have to shoot, long range and hope for the best. Not going to talk much about the draft till next week, because the draft's next Thursday. You guys could listen to us before the draft, and I'm pretty sure if King's back next week, we'll be talking about that as well. But Jalen Hurts is the highest paid player, in the NFL history, and first time ever in Philadelphia Eagles history to have a player have a no trade clause put in the contract. And that right there shows me that they are more confident in him now than they were with Carson Wentz. Kind of makes you wonder, like, did they think Jalen Hurts was going to fall down to them there in that second round? And should he have been the starter from the get-go? Now the questions are going to be, can he stay healthy? And a lot of times we see these superstars, once they get paid that first big contract, they tend to tail off. AKA Carson Wentz, who's still a free agent. He helped take the team to the Super Bowl, and let's be honest, if it wasn't for him, the Eagles would never made the playoffs that year. And now he's a free agent, still looking for a job. But it will be curious to see. That's my two worries. I'm sure that's your guys' worries whenever one of your big name players sign a big contract like this. Can they still perform? For the majority of the Eagles fans I've seen in Facebook groups and on Twitter and stuff, seem like even the haters of Jalen Hurts like the contract. So that's a good contract when they're like, I hate you, but this is actually a pretty good deal. There's a couple people still out there that think he's a subpar quarterback, which, I mean, I don't know what you're smoking, but please send some to my way. you did see an uptick in his production with AJ Brown coming over. He was already a good quarterback before AJ Brown came. But I think that also shows with the AJ Brown acquisition that this offense has to be built around two very good wide receivers, a good running back field, and obviously Dallas Goedert, who you could probably put in there with the wide receiver core, but top 5 tight end. And I mean, it helps to have a very good offensive line too. Probably one of the best in the past 10 years. So with all that cap space as of right now, in the coming years, because I think AJ Brown, we still have another 2 years with him before we have to decide, are we going to extend him and kind of have to overpay a little bit, because he strikes me as a person that will say he'll take a team-friendly deal, but won't be. It'll be like in between there, team-friendly and me money. But you never know. I mean, maybe Jalen Hurts rubbed off on him a little bit too, because I mean, look at Fletcher Cox, look at Brandon Graham coming back for less money, and them coming out and saying, Jalen Hurts just has that thing about him that makes you want to play for him and with him. So I love this move by Philly. Very good contract, and I'm glad he got this contract before Joe Burrow signed, before anybody else up for a contract signed, because he set the market. No one else did, so we're not going to have to overpay him. And he's a Philadelphia Eagle for the next 6 years. Another topic that I think I kind of want to bring up, it kind of came out, I think, like a week or two ago. And kind of ran out of time, since then on every episode to bring it up to King to see what he thinks. NBA is thinking, and the NBA commissioner is thinking about implementing when it comes to basketball awards, MVP, scoring titles, things like that, end of the year awards, making a minimum starts stipulation to it, because of how all these NBA players are load management, which is kind of funny because I think Chris Paul just this past week said that he feels the NBA players can transition to the NFL quicker than NFL to an NBA. You guys sit out for 6 months on a hangnail or a broken toenail. Like, you guys are weak, okay? You guys are up there with baseball players. NBA and NHL, Jesus Christ, last night, I think it was the Maple Leafs game. Or no, it was the Golden Knights game. I forget who the Golden Knights were playing. But the other player was falling down while the Golden Knights goalie was trying to make a diving save. His skate came up and sliced the guy's face, which needed 75 stitches, and came out and finished the game. No one is more tougher when it comes to sports athletes than hockey players. It's been proven that they hit harder than NFL players. I mean, okay, so, the 75 stitches come back and finishes the game. Just a few years ago, a guy took a heart attack, came back out after being checked out to finish the game. They love to play that game. And you gotta be fucking nuts to run full or skate full force and body into somebody with probably less equipment than NFL players. But I agree with the NBA commissioner that something has to be done about this whole load management thing. If I'm paying $25, $50, $100 a ticket to go see LeBron James or James Harden or Joel Embiid play, and I show up to that game and he's a healthy scratch because he needed his time off, I'm going to be pissed. And you can't ask for your refund. You can't get that money back. It's not like Best Buy or Target or something like that. You're out that money. You got to just enjoy the game now. Not see your favorite player or, maybe multiple Sixers stars are out because of load management. And we all know a lot of these contracts have incentives in there of, how many MVPs you win or scoring titles or whatnot. You start putting in there that, you could miss out on this award because you want load management. I bet you any money, a lot more NBA players will play a lot more games. This past season, I think there was 2 players that played all, 80 games or 82, however many games they play. Kudos to them. They're the ones that should get, recognized here. And it wasn't like they're, low-line players either. They're starters. So that'd be nice to see too. And if that happens, even baseball does that too. I'm sick and tired of these players who make millions and millions of dollars. Even the veteran minimums for these players still a hell of a lot more than what I make or what you make. And if I'm wasting, you go to a Phillies game or Orioles game, Yankees game, whichever, you gotta guarantee yourself that if you're taking 1 or 2 kids with you, you're dropping easily $500-$600 between the tickets, between souvenirs, between food, and what? You can't see your player play because I'm tired. Like, no. When you're making that kind of money, you should be out there playing. And if you start affecting their wallet, I'll bet you any money they'll start playing. So I mean, like other than those two, it's been kind of a quiet week, in the sports world. UFC. I watched UFC last week. Holloway and Allen. The fights were good. Kind of surprising to see Holloway on a fight night card. Israel Adesanya obviously he's not going to fight Alex, the kid that he just fought that he beat. He's moving up to 205, but I would have liked to see a rematch there for the trilogy fight. But that's not going to happen. But yeah, UFC's, it's okay. BKFC, I think there's actually a BKFC fight this week. Might try to watch that one. If you guys aren't doing anything Friday night, head over to YouTube, watch 3Y TV. The NSRA boys are going to be at Iowa this weekend. I'm not going to be racing. I'll actually be up in New York seeing my sister and my niece for my birthday. I'll probably be in the chat room there if you guys want to come over to chat. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time. But I think that's going to be it for this week. Like I said, quick, short show. Nothing special. Just wanted to talk about Jalen Hurts with that contract, what it meant to me, and just about how, NBA players are just little bitches.